Hello everyone, Marie Therese Lawler here. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the volunteer trip plan worksheet that I created. I got this off of the site that I used. It's like global something. Let me see what it's called. Global volunteer something volunteer training let's see, HQ Global Travel Academy. And so yeah, I thought, why not kind of copy their questionnaire that they had, but like just write it out differently. And I used another guide for that, which was a travel journal that I saw in a notebook at Walmart. And so here it is. Basically, just write the trip plan of Marie Therese Lawler, where Costa Rica is my destination. Where I guess would be Costa Rica. Destination is specifically San Jose to volunteer for Maximo Nivel. Well, IVHQ. I didn't realize it was through Maximo Nivel until I got there. So I was like, oh. But I planned out all of these other things that I think is important. So flight route. Where are you going? Flight route returning. So like my flight went Reading to San Francisco to Sacramento to Phoenix to Florida, because it was like the best, cheapest way for me. So I guess in a way. Then the flight route returning, it was San Jose, Costa Rica to well, I went from Nicaragua. Bus to San Jose, Costa Rica to Phoenix to Sacramento. When? Date and time of departures. Date and time of return. Who else is traveling with me? For me, I just went by myself. What is the purpose of my trip? What clothes and other items do I need to pack? Medicines. Medical kit essentials like Band-Aid, things like that. List the clothing you will need. Shoes you need to pack, photography essentials, guidebook essentials, passport and paperwork essentials, paperwork essentials. So for me, like I needed to bring my resume because I thought maybe I might go to TEFL, then I might do like work there, but I wasn't sure. It all depended on whether I liked my volunteer experience, and I did like it. So I did TEFL, and in class when I felt prepared to go ahead and teach TEFL. Suitcases and bags that I needed. In case of rain essentials. Emergency contact information. I did a primary and secondary one. Name, relationship, and then telephone numbers. Home, work, mobile. Then questionnaire before my volunteer trip. What do you think you will gain from your volunteering experience? What do you think the differences will be between the United States and the country you will be volunteering in? What are the similarities between the United States and the country you will be volunteering in? What lessons will you be learning? What do you anticipate may change during your trip? What do you think might be difficult about your trip? How do you think your volunteer experience might shape your future? Questionnaire after my volunteer trip. What have I gained from my volunteering experience? What were the differences between the country I volunteered in, which was Costa Rica, and the United States? And that's really good to address before you leave, because well, I'm reading the after portion, but addressing that before I left was really cool, because then I got to really figure out about the currency, the weather, things like that. Like, I don't know, I think for me really the important part was like the currency exchange, and like kind of learning more about like like, were the malls gonna be the same, I guess, were like my key thing. But technically, like, sometimes, like, if it's like a third world country, like, that's definitely something you need to think about, because it's like, oh well, it's the Philippines, and it's like, well, I'm gonna be shopping at the Palenque or something. So stuff like that. But I didn't think anything really was gonna be that big of a difference. I thought it was gonna be more like Costa Rica being like kind of the United States, because the United States is pretty close to it. I think Costa Rica is considered first world. I'm not really sure like how they do that, but all I know is like Philippines is third world, because it's like kind of more poverty stricken, versus like Costa Rica, where it's like not as poverty stricken. It's like the nicer part of Latin America, like the vacation part of Latin America. So yeah, let's see. So after my volunteer trip, what are the similarities between the country I volunteered in and the United States? What lessons did I learn? What turned out differently during my trip than what I had planned? Mine was extending it a lot more, to 2 weeks volunteer to 3 weeks, and then a whole month of TEFL, then another week of volunteering, and then a month and a half of teaching, and then 2 months of Rivas, Nicaragua, which was my favorite part. What were the most difficult parts of my travel? How is my volunteer experience shaping my future? Travel journal, more things to reflect on. Why did I choose this destination? Well, I was going to choose China, Xi'an, China, but then I realized that this was way easier because I didn't need to do like a travel visa to like enter the country and stuff like that. What do you have planned? What are you looking forward to the most? What restaurants do you want to try? What places do you want to visit? Like, that's key. I was thinking about like the museums and stuff. I didn't actually go to like the gold museum. I didn't have the money. Every time I had money, I felt like I wanted to go eat or go to the mall. I didn't really want to go to the gold museum, or the jade museum is what I wanted to do. What places? And then I went to La Paz and like the whole POAS, so the combo trip. So it went to Doca, then La Paz, or POAS volcano, then Doca coffee, and then I did the whitewater rafting trips, the 2 of them. But technically, like, that's pretty much all I did for like the sightseeing type thing, besides like taking the bus from here to there to like get to Foundation Mohair, to get to my work, to the mall and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely I wish I had planned that out a little bit more, and I would have focused on that a little bit more instead of shopping at like Porcospin and stuff. But I just didn't really want to. Like, I felt like I was already in Costa Rica. Like, everywhere I went, like, it was different, and that to me was like exciting enough. And I felt like I needed like, the little like cat stationery and like the cat bag, because Porcospin's really cool. And that's something I'm gonna try to develop as well, like creating a bag that's got like, not a cat, but like I think a monstera leaf one, because I got a monstera leaf one. Maybe a cat, but I'm thinking like more around like coral reefs, like with a coral shell, like a little turtle, like something that says Pura Vida. Making jewelry is gonna be a cool thing, because I'm still wanting to go to the farmer's market, and then I'm gonna try to sell this stuff online. Okay, more things. What restaurants do you want to try? I already talked about that. What places do you want to visit? Highlights and memories of my trip. And then, quote, collect moments, not things. What do you think about this quote? That's something that I used to really like to do, which is analyze quotes. And I think that quote is great, because it's like, I should have collected more memories, like going to here or there. But I was really pretty entertained in my hotel room, and then lunch at Cracovia. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. And I also did 4 hours of Spanish every day, because I felt like I really needed to do that. And then my 4 hours of volunteer work, well, I think it was 2 hours, but like preparation and all that stuff, and then posting about the whole thing. I felt like I was like awake for a really long time and like doing a lot of stuff. But yeah, my favorite restaurant there was Cracovia, P.F. Chang's. Pepe, the one that like seemed to have like a little taco thing, but it wasn't like taco. It's like a. I'll have to research that more. The it's like papas or something, like the little like flat things. Pepe Paria, La Paria de Pepe or something. So anyway, that was really cool. I went skating and stuff like that. So I wish I'd planned this out a little bit more. Maximo Nivel has this really well planned out for everyone, and you can like opt to like take this. I did like a empanada cooking one. I did salsa dancing, and then I also did like the tandem, like go around and talk to each other about all sorts of different kinds of stuff. So yeah. That was a really cool thing to experience, and I feel like this is a good guide, and so I've created it and like made it into a PDF, and in the future I will be writing more about this. I found a book at the Path, the Poor and the Homeless, where I get my food and like do my laundry sometimes, and I used to shower in, but they don't do showers there anymore, so I have to like get a hotel room so I can do like the normal stuff. But I hardly ever do this, so today is like the day to like try to get all of this, like creating all these blog posts, the worksheet, researching more about like what's gonna go into my volunteer guide, kind of like how the Boy Scouts have like that guide, and like there's just all sorts of guides. I think the oldest guide to like kind of travel was I think like Road Trip for Bad Girls or something book that I saw at Barnes and Nobles, and I think there was one like Wet Seal or something funny like that, or Pacific Sunwear, and it was like the Bad Girls Guide to Road Tripping or something. But this is more the Good Girls Guide to Volunteering, and so this is I think gonna be the best thing that I'll be able to really kind of create for everyone out there who's going to be volunteering, this worksheet that they can then download and then go over, and there's just all sorts of stuff that was in that the global thing, the Global Travel Academy, that I think I could kind of replicate but like change things slightly, but also talk about all of the different things that they kind of talked about, and like put on here like key articles that I will kind of read and research so that people can understand, like, hey, you're going to another country, you need to research this. And Colombia was another one that I would like to go to, so I'm going to be starting to research Colombia because I think eventually I'll make it there. And so I've started with the drinks, the food, and all that stuff. But I think in general, like, the more you know about the country, the news. I collected newspapers when I was in Costa Rica, so I try to collect like one newspaper a week, and I have that at storage, so I'll have to like bring that out and like read it because it's like in Spanish and it's really, really cool. But yeah, stuff like that is definitely the best thing to do. And so I definitely suggest checking out the Global Travel Academy, and going ahead and trying to do like a whole travel type thing before you go, in like the training, the downloading the worksheet, the reflecting, and like journaling about it and stuff, because otherwise if you don't, you'll kind of just lose out on that pre-departure experience, which for me was a lot of fun because it was like, yay, I'm going, but how do I want to be able to give back? And I didn't think about making a worksheet and guide before I left, but then now that I've come back and I keep posting about it, I have decided really by now, like, I can do like this travel guide, like that's like way cooler than the other one. I think I might have made one like that was slightly different but not like exactly the same. And then let me see, I think I should have something that's like a questionnaire. Let me see about my volunteer questionnaire. Yeah, no, I don't think I did. So I made a questionnaire that I answered for myself that was about my past experience, but not like an actual one that someone could download. But that was something I kind of wanted to do. So anyway, I'm gonna make a TEFL version one, and then have like a good guide about TEFL and all that stuff. And that's something that I've been working on with Manuel Antonio TEFL. It's MATEFL. That stands for Manuel Antonio TEFL. So matefl.wordpress.com, and that's where I'll be posting like my old lesson plans and like little guides on all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, that is it for my video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.